Question number one. I completely agree with your sentiments regarding the poor quality of some raw foods being manufactured today. I've been saying the same thing for a few years now. Yeah, I made a video named Raw Dog Food is Broken, and I think there's a point to it. I think that a lot of these raw dog food manufacturers, or raw cat food manufacturers for that matter, are taking the royal Mickey on the consumer. And after a lot of digging, you will see on the video that some bone content in certain foods is 4%, 5%, it's 8%, and in others is 15%. In some, it's undisclosed. In some, we don't know how much of each ingredient is being given to our dogs. We see rice in raw dog food, and we see other ingredients that people go to raw to get away from, to be fair. Things like peas, for example. Peas are quite prevalent in some raw dog foods. How can a dog food be complete if it's an 80-10-10 and then have another one which is a 50-50, 50% meat and 50% vegetables? And that can be complete as well. So one of the two is lying, or they're all lying, or I don't know. We do not know to this day what the golden standard is for nutrition, and it can be argued that maybe each dog is different and each ratio for each percentage should be different when it comes to raw food. It should be roughly 80-10-10 in my opinion, but roughly 80-10-10. But some of the labeling definitely isn't good. So yeah, thanks for agreeing with me. Second one, big lies. My sweet dog has been suffering numerous side effects that he did not have prior to the Librela injection, and I did another video on Librela because Kirsten Peck, Zoetis' CEO, went on CNBC with Jim Cramer, and she addressed some, or touched on, or brushed some of the topics that you guys have been coming up with, basically, and the notion that everything is okay with Librela and Solentia. And she didn't back down. She didn't acknowledge some of the problems people have had. And so here is your chance, I suppose, to voice your opinions. We said we would cover the topic, and here we are. If you guys don't have a platform, you will not be heard. So you can come here. Another one, Zoetis is not being honest about side effects. Hence, vets are telling customers there are minimal side effects, no impact to kidney, etc. That is false. All my dogs' numbers increased after taking this shot. Also, Zoetis has put something else in Canada about neurologic issues, then it should be listed in all countries. Zoetis is only notifying when they are forced. Vets are not doing their homework. If a dog had a past issue with spine... No, hold on, sorry. If a dog had past issue with spine which was never the issue, they should know this might not be the right solution, considering it's a nerve blocker. The average pet owner will not know this or even understand the medical jargon in these pamphlets. The vets are misdiagnosing arthritis. My dog's kidneys were impacted. He has seizures now, didn't eat for a week, lost control of his backwaters, excessive drinking, etc., etc. So, and this is something you guys have been saying a lot more. It's not that you maybe don't expect any side effects, is that you haven't been told about any possible side effects, which is very, very different. So if you get given a drug, if you get prescribed something, there should be like a SWOT analysis around it, or some sort of, hey, if you do this, this could happen. And a lot of the experiences you guys have been saying is that you haven't been told the worst case scenario, you haven't been told about any side effects, and you have been not sold, but you have been given this drug as a wonder drug. And it might be a wonder drug, actually, because a lot of people do say and claim it has really helped their dog or cat. So is it a wonder drug? You know, Zoetis' CEO said that in the latest quarter they have administered over 10 million doses. That's a lot of doses, and I don't know. I just don't know. The only thing I can do is give you guys a platform. Thank you for continuing the discussions on this topic, Sam. Exactly, vets presented as a wonder drug, 100% safe. Exact words of my former vet. Literally all unicorns and rainbows. Luckily, some vets, which have joined Facebook groups, declare they won't administer those drugs anymore. So, few lives saved, but it's still not enough. As with everything, I think, the most powerful tool you can have is knowledge. The more you know, the better. Obviously, there are limitations to how much you can know. But the more you know, the better. And the more you are aware of things, the better. So if after watching some of my videos, you decide that yes, hell yes, I'm gonna give this drug a shot because it doesn't sound too bad, then at least you've got the knowledge. But again, what a lot of you guys are saying is that you didn't have the knowledge to start with. You were not told. Next one. I believe that vets and Zoetis are putting profits above the health and well-being of our beloved pets. I was not given the information to provide informed consent. As a result of one injection, my dog suffered and had to be put to sleep. I'm sorry about that. Despite the growing evidence of the danger of this drug, vets continue to drink the Kool-Aid and claim that Librela is not the cause. My story is sadly not unique. I'm really sorry about that. Another one. Horrible drug. My dog has never gotten all the way over it. She went deaf, incontinent, lame, afraid, and seemed to not know how to eat. It took 7 weeks to get it out of the system. Scary, horrible days. Hate this company for denying it. Wait for a class action lawsuit. It will happen due to the dogs that die after Librela injections. Another one. One injection and my boy had a brutal death. Never again will or any of my dogs have Librela. I'm sorry about that. Another one. So it is his black flat out line. My dog is dead because of Librela. Diesel was a perfectly healthy dog. He had one shot in May 2023 and he was dead on September 2023. I will never trust my vet again. Do you see the underlying theme here? Next question. My girl has been struggling ever since one shot over 5 months ago. This drug needs to be pulled. It's very dangerous. Another one. Outstanding outcome for my dog. No side effects. Thumbs up. So this is actually the one of the few comments that I have received where it has worked for someone and someone is very, very happy about their dog or cat being happy and fit and the drug having worked really well for them. So I am over the moon, obviously, that your dog has had an outstanding outcome. And if it has worked for your dog, incredible. I'm really, really happy about that. Another one, be diligent and read our stories before even considering these drugs. There are safer options to ease your pet's pain with far less risk. Another one, the big issue is that it's impossible to make an informed decision when you are given a pamphlet that says the most common side effect is injection site pain and localized skin irritation. Even when reading the fine print, a pet owner shouldn't have to try to piece together the results from limited studies and trials done via observe and report. Additionally, the medications are so new that after scouring every trial and different pamphlet for each country, they just say a blanket long-term effects are unknown, and that is unknown if the meds are contraindicated in pets with chronic conditions. All this is too much to ask of a pet owner. We pay the big bucks for the shots and the vet visits because we trust their expertise. That's pretty well put, to be fair. Next one. We are talking about a cat which until about a year and a half ago really sorry, slept in the bed with us every night. That only stopped when she started having trouble using the steps to get into and out of our bed, and even then her bed was next to ours. Continuing, they hydrated her and told us it was okay. We could take Midnight home to have the weekend with us and bring her in Monday, the 27th, to have her euthanized. Oh wow, I'm sad to say Midnight passed away a few minutes after 3 p.m. May 25th, 2024 at the age of 17 years and a few weeks on the drive to the vet clinic. I am really sorry to hear that. Another one. Zoetis has already made so much money, it won't matter if research comes out and tells a different story. There's something really interesting about research, don't you think? I have been interviewing different vets, different experts on different topics, and it seems to me like everyone has a different take on things, and sometimes those takes are polar opposites. They are at the polar opposite, really. And these people are very highly decorated and they love what they do. They love dogs, they love cats, yet they have such disparity in ideas, in beliefs, in recommendations that sometimes it's hard to know what to trust, really. But anyway, another one. My dog was dead 90 agonizing days after one Librela shot. Got full dementia and could not walk 6 days after shot. The vets said I was imagining it, just old age. I'm sorry about that. Another one. In December, I walked into my vet clinic with a healthy 10-year-old dog with no prior medical conditions. At 10, I wanted his hips checked and he seemed to have difficulty jumping into our vehicle, just like my dog, basically. We got x-rays that showed no real problems, but at 10, we assumed he may be suffering some pain. So we got a Librela shot. 24 hours later, he lost control of his back legs and bowels. After assurances that the Librela could not possibly be causing these problems, we went on to get 2 further shots in January and February. He got progressively worse, and we seriously considered euthanasia. We are now 100 days since the last shot, and he has come back at about 50% of what he was. This drug has destroyed my dog's life and cost us thousands in treatments. I reported it to Zoetis, who do not give a crap. Next one. I do not trust the ratios or quality of ingredients in raw. I make my own. They sometimes overdo certain organs, like liver, which is nutritious, but should not be fed in huge amounts. So this is something I got quite angry about, to be perfectly honest, on Saturday. I was at one of my branches and I was talking to some customers, and there were 2 back to back, and they were talking about raw food, and they were giving raw food to their dogs, and they were all over the place. They gave the dogs rice, they gave the dogs raw vegetables, they gave the dogs all sorts of rubbish that dogs really do not need. If you are going to DIY the food, then try to stick to the 80-10-10, where 80% is lean meat, 10% is offal, of which 5% is liver, and 10% roughly should be bone. And if you then want to add a few veggies, maybe lightly cook them or ferment them, or don't do any veggies at all. If you are going to raw feed your dog, you should educate yourself. He got me so angry, you know. No wonder why vets, in their defense, do not recommend raw for some people, because some people are all over the place when it comes to raw food. They give this and this and this and this and this, and it just and the dog is just there like loving life, obviously, because they get so much variety of so much stuff they shouldn't be having. But if you are going to DIY the food, please inform yourself. Rotate the meats. Inform yourself about green beef tripe and tongue and spleen and heart and liver and lung and variety and rotated meats and different types of offal and different liver from different animals. That's how you should be feeding raw if you want to DIY it. If you don't want to DIY the food, you just buy a block of dog food, which is raw, you thaw it, you give it to the dog, end of the story. That should be the end of the story. Try not to get a bag from here, a bag from there, and a bag from there, and just do your own ratios. In my opinion, everyone, 99.999% of people, would be a lot better if they did not DIY the food. If they got raw dog food, if they thawed the complete 80-10-10 or whatever, and they gave it to the dog. And that is it. That is it, Anyway, some raw companies add tons of supplements too. These can be dangerous. For example, if they include beef liver, which is sky high in copper, they should not add a copper supplement. Yet, some do this. I have something coming up. I can't really disclose it, but I am meeting some governmental body. Amazing video, thank you. Trying to educate myself better to better my cat's health. And thorough but to the point videos like this are a major help. Thank you again. No, thank you. That's the whole point of the show and all the videos we do, is for you guys to have as much information as possible, which is at the end of the day what I strive to do. So please like, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, my friends.